asterisks. Hard to believe that time of year is very much upon us, Joseph. It feels like summer is still like blasting us right now. But,
it is,
but we're actually not too far away from fall.
So close to fall, but it's just, we're just staying in touch with summer for a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyone that's going back to school, they can still wear their summer clothes and really feel good about it. It will get cool eventually. We know that transition comes, and then we do not go back. So we are going to just take what we can right now and enjoy. We have a blue sky coming out of Portland right now. If you're going to be out this afternoon, enjoy it. Great for a bike ride or maybe get on the Willamette River for a little bit. McMinnville has a very similar scene. Lincoln City, as well as A. We're pointing this camera out towards the mountain. You can kind of see that in the distance there. Maybe a bit of a haze in the sky for today. Here's the weather headlines as we kind of talk about some of the topics that are coming up. We know it's been dry, but it's been now 61 days where we have no measurable rain here in Portland. So we are getting up there, and I'm going to show you a list that this shows you how far we have come with this dry streak. I mentioned that we've had some areas of wildfire smoke over the last couple of days. Well, it's going to continue for the next day or so. We may even see that haze here locally in the Willamette Valley because that east wind shift that we discussed about 10 minutes ago. And you know what? I'm not thinking we're done with the 90s. Temperatures are still going to be fairly warm as we go through this week and heading into the weekend. Okay, so now that we're at 61 days, we're really close to taking over this number 2 slot on our record dry streak here that is going all the way back to the early 40s, but the number 1 on the list is 1967, 71 days. Now look at this though, you can really tell that somewhere between June and July to late August, September where we typically see this dry stretch. That's the window that we're in right now. But I'll tell you, looking at the weather data, I don't see much rain in the forecast, in the extended forecast, so I think we're going to get really close to that top record. All right, 72 degrees coming off Hillsborough right now, 69 for Tualatin. Those of you down in Newburgh at 70 degrees, as well here at Portland and Vancouver, and Troutdale coming in at 71. Again, I mentioned just great for maybe a bike ride or something. Well, this afternoon into the evening hours, those temperatures will be in the 70s. We'll have a green bike across the board there. Really just favorable weather to be outdoors right now, right? Okay, satellite and radar, as we look at what's going on, we do have this mass just to the west of us. You can see the clouds and maybe some moisture associated with that. Well, pretty much going to dodge most of that, at least for the next day or so. We will see some cool air arrive on Wednesday, but notice the temperature departure as we head into our Tuesday. A lot of red, a lot of orange there, and some plus signs, which means we are going to be above average, and maybe by about 10 degrees or so as we go into our Tuesday. For today, the Pacific Northwest is still pretty cool. We'll warm up to a nice lower 80-degree day. That's right where we should be. But wow, down to the south, areas of California where that heat dome's really in place. Sacramento seeing triple digits, about 111 degrees. Maybe even push about 115 in the coming days. See how it does warm right back up through areas of the valley there in California, even touching areas of southern Oregon. And then Tuesday's going to be the day where we really warm up here in areas of Portland and the Willamette Valley. All right, it's all because of this ridge down to the south, but notice that we'll have this little clip as we go into about Wednesday. That should cool us down for at least a day before we have another ridge develop there behind it, boosting our temperatures once again straight into the 90s probably by Friday and Saturday. But before we get there, we have at least a couple cool days that should feel pretty good in the lower 90s, rather the lower 80s Wednesday and Thursday. But you know what, for a Labor Day forecast today, I think it's just really nice. Still great to go out to the coast, be here locally, wineries, whatever.
Absolutely. I think that's dialed. I think that's dialed.
Yeah,
that low to mid 80s, I think, is perfect for a Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, and I don't want to miss out on that because we've had a lot of 90s. I don't want to go from 90 to 70, so we need these low 80s.
I like that. There's that middle ground. It's Goldilocks.
Yeah,
Goldilocks right
perfect.
there. All right, thank you, Joseph. We'll be right back.